A man stood inside a child's bedroom in Petaluma, California. He held a knife. 4 12-year-old girls froze in fear. One of them was Polly Klaas. The room was supposed to be safe. It was a Friday night. There was a slumber party. The girls were laughing, watching movies, and talking about school. Polly's mother was asleep in the next room. Nothing felt dangerous. Then the window opened. A stranger climbed inside Polly's bedroom just after 10:30 p.m. He was tall, his face was calm, his voice was low and controlled. He told the girls to be quiet. He said he would hurt them if they screamed. He tied the girls with pieces of rope. He moved slowly, like he had done this before. The knife stayed in his hand the whole time. Then he chose Polly. He untied her and told her to come with him. The other girls watched in terror as their friend was led toward the open window. Polly looked back at them. She did not scream. She did not cry. She was gone in seconds. The house went silent. The girls waited until they were sure the man was gone. Then they broke free and ran to wake Polly's mother. Police were called immediately. Officers flooded the neighborhood. Helicopters circled the sky. Dogs searched the streets. But Polly Klaas was already gone. No one knew where she was, and no one knew if she was still alive. That night would change Petaluma forever, and soon it would change the entire United States. Earlier that evening, everything had been normal. Polly was a happy, creative girl. She loved acting and writing stories. She was known for her bright smile and kind heart. Her mother, Mark Klaas, trusted her enough to let her host a small sleepover at their home. Petaluma was considered a safe town. Neighbors knew each other. Kids played outside. Parents felt comfortable letting their children have fun without fear. That sense of safety vanished in one moment. Police began a massive search right away. Roadblocks were set up. Officers went door to door. The FBI joined the case within hours. News stations arrived before sunrise. By morning, Polly's face was everywhere. America watched in horror. Volunteers searched fields, parks, and wooded areas. Thousands of tips poured in. Some people claimed they had seen Polly. Others reported strange men in cars. Each lead raised hope, then fell apart. Days passed, then weeks. Polly's mother waited by the phone every day. She believed her daughter would come home. The Klaas family refused to give up. They spoke to the media. They begged the kidnapper to bring Polly back safely. Behind the scenes, investigators were under intense pressure. This was no longer just a local crime. The entire country was demanding answers. But the kidnapper had left almost nothing behind.
No fingerprints, no witnesses outside the house, no clear direction. Then, a traffic stop in another part of California would suddenly pull this case into a terrifying new direction. And what police were about to discover would shock the nation even more. Police lights flashed on a dark highway in Sonoma County. A white car slowed to the side of the road. Inside the car was a man named Richard Allen Davis. At first, the stop seemed normal. Davis was pulled over for driving under the influence. But when officers ran his name, alarms went off. He had a long criminal record: kidnapping, burglary, violence. And he lived near Petaluma. When police searched his car, they found items that made their stomachs drop: rope, a knife, gloves. Things that matched what the girls had described from Polly's bedroom. Investigators felt a sudden rush of hope and fear at the same time. They brought Davis in for questioning. At first, he said nothing. He acted calm, almost bored. He denied knowing Polly. He denied being near her house. But detectives did not back down. They kept asking questions. They watched his reactions closely. Then they noticed something strange. Davis knew details that had not been shared with the public. Police pressed harder. Hours later, something changed. Davis leaned forward. His voice dropped. He said he could take them to Polly. Those words hit the room like a punch. Investigators rushed to prepare a search team. Media helicopters followed as police cars sped north toward the mountains. Polly's family waited anxiously. The entire country held its breath. They believed this was the moment Polly would be found alive. The drive felt endless. Davis directed officers to a remote area near Cloverdale. The road turned narrow. Trees closed in. The air grew cold. Police followed him into a wooded clearing far from any homes. Then Davis stopped walking. He pointed. What investigators found next would break hearts across America. Polly Klaas was not alive. She had been murdered shortly after she was taken from her bedroom. The discovery sent shockwaves through the nation. News anchors struggled to speak. Parents hugged their children tighter that night. A case that began with hope ended in unbearable loss. Richard Allen Davis was arrested and charged with murder. As details came out, the story grew even darker. Davis was not a stranger to the justice system. He had been arrested many times before. He had been released early from prison, despite warnings about his danger. People were furious. They asked the same question over and over. How was this man free? Polly's father, Mark Klaas, stepped forward during the pain. Instead of hiding, he spoke out. He demanded change. He spoke about protecting children and holding violent criminals accountable. The case became more than a crime. It became a turning point. New laws were discussed. Public anger pushed leaders to act. The term 3 strikes became part of the national conversation, calling for harsher punishment for repeat offenders. But for the Klaas family, no law could bring Polly back. As the trial approached, Davis showed no remorse. He smiled in court. He laughed at times. His behavior shocked even seasoned prosecutors. The evidence against him was strong. The jury listened carefully. They saw the rope, the knife. They heard the testimony of the girls who survived that night. The courtroom was silent when the verdict came. Guilty. Davis was sentenced to death. Many believed justice had finally been served. But the story did not end there. Years passed. Appeals followed. Delays stretched on. The pain never fully faded. Polly's name lived on, not just as a victim, but as a symbol. A reminder of what was lost. A warning of what can happen when danger is ignored. Yet one final chapter remained. A chapter about how this case would be remembered forever, and how its impact still reaches families across the United States today. The courtroom was quiet as the final words were spoken. Richard Allen Davis was taken away in handcuffs.
For many people watching, it felt like the end. The killer was caught. The trial was over. But for Polly Klaas's family, the pain did not stop. It stayed with them every day, in every empty room, and in every memory of a girl who never came home. Polly was only 12 years old. She loved writing stories and performing on stage. She had dreams. Those dreams ended in a single night because a dangerous man was free when he should not have been. As the years passed, the case continued to affect the entire country. Parents became more careful. Children were taught new rules about safety. Communities talked openly about crime in ways they never had before. Polly's father, Mark Klaas, refused to let his daughter be forgotten. He turned his grief into action. He spoke to lawmakers, schools, and families. He pushed for stronger laws to protect children and keep violent repeat offenders behind bars. Because of Polly, laws began to change. The 3 strikes law was passed in California and later influenced laws in other states.
These laws were meant to keep dangerous criminals in prison after repeated serious crimes. Many people believe Polly's case played a major role in making that happen. Richard Allen Davis remained on death row for years. Appeals delayed his punishment again and again. For the Klaas family, each delay reopened old wounds. Justice felt slow. Sometimes it felt impossible. Then, decades later, the sentence was changed to life without parole. For some, it was disappointing. For others, it meant certainty. Davis would never walk free again. He would never harm another child. Polly's name continued to live on through foundations, safety programs, and public awareness. Her story became one that parents shared, not to spread fear, but to protect lives. Petaluma would always remember the night everything changed.
A safe home, a child's bedroom, an open window. Polly Klaas did not get to grow up, but her story changed how America thinks about child safety, justice, and accountability. Her life mattered. Her name mattered. And even now, when parents tuck their children into bed, many still think of Polly. They check the windows, they lock the doors, they say one more good night because of her. If you want more real, true crime stories that changed America, subscribe for future documentaries. Leave a comment to honor Polly's memory. And thank you for watching.